welcome back to the Cozy Den. We're starting another small collection today, but before continuing with it, I just have to say it's been very, very heartwarming seeing all of the messages from you guys welcoming the channel back, so I am so grateful and appreciative of all of your support, and it means a lot to see how much you guys are excited to see us back again. So thank you everybody for that. And before we get into today's reading, a cursory reminder to like and subscribe if you enjoy this content, as it really helps to support the channel as well. But yes, now we move on to the 3-volume collection called Dwarves by none other than Calcelmo of Markarth. In full, it is called Dwarves, the Lost Races of Tamriel. And we start with Volume 1, Architecture and Design. Let me begin by correcting a common misconception. The proper term to use when referencing the ancient lost race of Tamriel is Dwemer. It is a word whose meaning is roughly translated to people of the deep in the common tongue, and whose use has been widely replaced by the more ubiquitous nomenclature Dwarves. I would like to state that I use the name Dwarves in lieu of the more accurate term in these books, out of sympathy for my readership, whom I can safely assume does not have the breadth of scholarship that 200 years of study has given me. With that small point finished, let us begin our discussion on the Dwarves by focusing on the indisputable artifacts they have left behind, their architectural and cultural designs. Unlike the more controversial areas of Dwarven scholarship, the construction of Dwarven cities and relics are well-founded due to the plethora of samples taken from the ruins these people have left behind. My own home city, Markarth, was originally one such ruin. I can state from first-hand experience that all Dwarven designs share a set of common principles that we can use to determine true artifacts from fakes, and delineate patterns and methodologies that were important to their craftsmen. First of all, we can say for certain that Dwarven artisans favoured stone, at least as far as their buildings were concerned. This is no surprise. With notable exceptions, the vast majority of Dwarven architecture is found underground or carved out of mountains. It is possible, although only theoretically, that the Dwarves first mastered masonry as a race quite early, and later examples of metalwork were added on to much earlier stone designs as the Dwarves began to master more complex tools. Regardless, the foundation of all known Dwarven ruins is built on stonework, and the structure of Dwarven stonework is sharp, angular, and intensely mathematical in nature. By a simple count, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of samples of Dwarven buildings made of precise square shapes, and far fewer examples of discreetly rounded or curved stonework, leading us to believe that early dwarves favoured trusted, well-calculated designs based on angled lines rather than the riskier, more imprecise calculations based on arcs and curves. This comparatively simple tradition of stone cutting has, nevertheless, resulted in buildings that are as structurally sound today as they were thousands of years ago, making the works of our most skilled masons today seem like child's play in comparison. Metalwork, as far as we know, is the primary method used to make almost all dwarven crafts. We cannot, however, discount more easily destructible materials such as clay, paper, and glass from outside the scope of dwarven craftsmanship. But given the tendency of dwarven design to favor the long-lasting over the fragile, we can safely assume that at the very least metal was a heavy preference. And the metal used in all so far discovered dwarven relics is entirely unique to their culture. No other race has replicated whatever process was used to create dwarven metal. Although it can be easily mistaken for bronze, and in fact many forgers of dwarven materials use bronze to create their fake replicas. It is most definitely a distinct type of metal of its own. I have personally seen metallurgists attempt to combine several different types of steel and common and rare ores in order to imitate dwarven metal's exclusive properties, but the only method that has been successful is to melt down existing dwarven metallic scraps and start over from there. Well, a nice little summary insight, I'm sure you will agree, and we will see next time what else Calsalmo has to say about the Dwemer. But until then, everyone, remember, if you have any requests or ideas for what you would like us to read next on the channel, then let me know in the comments below. But until then now, everyone, stay cozy.